Christmas is round the corner and our friends at Manscaped are here to make sure you don't put a dent in your jingle bells when you're grooming. Make sure you're keeping things fresh this Christmas with the leaders in male grooming and their brand new 4th generation performance package. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping when you click the link in the description. So what's so great about the Lawnmower 4.0? Well,
a new multifunction on-off switch plus travel lock created for people who like to travel. The ability to turn the LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. The new trimmer allows you to customize your trim all over through additional guard lengths. It's sleek with a two-tone matte and gloss finish, even featuring a hot foil stamped black chrome Manscaped logo.
Very fancy.
And of course its wireless charging system uses electromagnetic induction which can help battery length last longer.
Very, very fancy.
Alongside the new Lawnmower 4.0, Manscaped have also launched their brand new performance package. Inside this you will find the new Lawnmower 4.0, obviously, the Weed Whacker, the Crop Preserver, the Crop Reviver, very comfy boxer shorts, and a travel bag.
Because Manscaped care about everyone who watches West Ham Fan TV, they're giving a huge 20% off plus free shipping when you use the code WFTV at checkout. So what are you waiting for? Head over to manscaped.com to get your Manscaped razor today.
Very fancy. Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match product show on the internet. We've just come back virtually from the Rapid Vienna Stadium, whatever the fuck that's called, and we won the game. Ryan, take us through the starting lineup, mate.
The stadium's called the Cilindro Cantiante.
I thought it was.
8 changes from the weekend, mate. Areola in goal, keeping his place in obviously Europe. Soufal, Dawson, Diop, and Arthur Masuaku at left back. Noble and Souček in front of him. Yarmolenko, Lanzini, and Vlasic with Jared Bowen up top. Very strong team.
Wanted to get the job done. Yeah, wanted to get that job done today, and he did. It was very good lineup. I thought stronger than I thought he might even put. So
it was a very professional performance today. I think you can tell that the standard of the Premier League to the Austrian League is worlds apart. I mean, from the first whistle to the last, West Ham's tempo was spot on. We controlled the game. It was more when we was going to score than if we was going to score tonight. And it's just a great performance. And as I said the other day, 2 games to go. You know, we was in the knockout stages. 1 game to go. We've won the group. So it's a great job by Moyes, the players, the backroom staff. And it's just a shame the fans couldn't be out there to see that today.
Oh, mate, how buzzing would we have been? Because not only would we have won the game, but we'd be celebrating going through to the round of 16 out in Vienna. It's absolutely gutting, but hopefully we can all go out there for the final when we get there.
I was gutted today because as we was obviously I've been off work today. It was gutting. I just see the flight things coming through. You know that like you meant to be boarding now and your boarding passes and all this sort of thing, which is it is gutting. As you can see, no one was in the stadium, so even if we'd have gone out there, nothing's happening. You wouldn't have been able even to go out for a pint or a pint of milk.
It was weird. It was weird, wasn't it, seeing the empty stadium, because it was just like going back a year ago, wasn't it, with the empty stadiums?
Yeah,
you could. It was mad because you could hear everything the players were saying and the managers and the ref, and it was like being back down in lockdown for us again.
Think that helped us any?
I'll be honest. I think even if they had the crowds there, I don't think it would have affected the game tonight. I don't think. I think they're a very poor team. I wasn't impressed with them at the London Stadium. I definitely wasn't impressed with them tonight. For them to leave their best players on the bench, I think they a bit of disrespect there. I think
resigned to losing, mate.
I think that they obviously thought we're not going to win tonight. I'll rest my best players, but with the squad we've got, we can make 8 changes and still have a decent team out there that can trouble teams.
I'll tell you, mate, 2 players that impressed me today: Masuaku, Yarmolenko. I thought they was both excellent.
Fight for man of the match for both of them. I edged it to Yarmolenko, but both really good. And Yarmo was getting a lot of stick early on in the game, but I thought he was making things happen even before the goal. I thought he was working hard.
I agree. I think Masawaka had a brilliant game down the left, very comfortable, got a few good balls into the box, especially early doors. Yarmolenko ran his socks off tonight. Still a bit frustrating in at some points, but it's just Yarmolenko. You just got to let him get on with the game, and hopefully something will happen. And obviously, he's got himself a goal tonight, which is good for him and good for us. But yeah, there were some great performances out. I think Mark Noble had a brilliant game tonight as well.
Yeah.
Thought he just controlled that midfield. It's sort of his level now, isn't it? And maybe I think he's only had 2 substitute appearances in the Premier League so far this season, so he's not going to get much game time in the Premier League. But the Europa League and obviously the cup games, the domestic cups, we probably will see a lot of Mark Noble. And I thought he controlled the game tonight in midfield. He was spraying the ball around, some great passing. And obviously he's got himself a goal. 34 years old, his first goal in Europe for West Ham. He retires this season, so I'm sure he'll be buzzing with that. But he'll want to add more to his tally before he retires.
It'd be great to see him hit that 50th mark, and he will never go down as our top goal scorer now because of Antonio's been flying. But to see him hit that 50th mark and retire would be nice. So if we can get a few more penalties in Europe, then we get bang some goals. As long as we don't get penalties and bring him off the bench to try and score them, then that's you know what I mean.
I thought Vlasic had a decent game tonight as well. Good to get some minutes under his belt.
Got an assist.
Yeah, assist for the first goal. Thought he worked hard. I can't really fault anyone today. I think Diop auditioned for that centre-back spot next to Zuma. I think he's got to start on against Man City on Sunday instead of Dawson. And yeah, I was just impressed. Areola didn't really have nothing to do, did he? Let's be honest. They had a couple of half chances, but
a lot of shots were right at him, weren't they? Like,
yeah, I think
that's
what's that? 6 goals in game for us now, in goal for us. Sorry, and he's only conceded 2 goals, and that was against Genk in the last game.
Mm. Yeah, he's doing well. Areola. That to be fair, they all done well today. Lanzini, I thought, had a very good game. I think Benrahma was good when he came on. Jared Bowen needs to work on his finishing, but other than that, he had a very good game.
I mean, Jared Bowen, the first one, he just overstretched, didn't he? He just couldn't get there. I mean, he nearly got himself a goal with great close control. I love watching players with feet like that. Just take it around 2 or 3 players, and the keepers should have gone through his legs, but it's a good save at the end of the day.
I love that you said that, Nick, because isn't that what you argued with Scott over when Scott said he needs to work on his finishing? Have we come full circle?
No. I argued with Scott because he said that he's gone backwards.
Right.
And he hasn't gone backwards. There's no way on earth he's gone backwards.
No, he was really unlucky not to be on the score sheet. Like I said, there's a few instances he could have done better, but they was throwing their bodies in front of a lot of his shots. And
he had one cleared off the line, didn't he, in the second half. He probably could have got himself a couple of goals tonight, which would have done his confidence the world of good. But no, I think Kroll as well. I thought when he come on, I was sort of impressed with him.
I think it's why he didn't start. I mean, we talked about it in the group chat a bit. Well, you guys, I read it and agreed with you silently, but that's because we're starting this. But yeah, I mean, look, you can't fault it because we've got the job done. But like I said, we want to see him get more minutes, and there's less opportunities coming up for him to get that game time.
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, we've got a game. We're through now. We've won the group. We've got one more game left at home against Zagreb, last home game in Europe, and then we have that break now until March, where obviously it's going to get tougher. It's knockout from there on, so it gets tougher. But it's where you want to be. You want to be competing against the big teams in Europe, and we get the Champions League dropouts come out now. But yeah, going back to the game, I mean, they didn't really threaten, did they? I wasn't worried at all. I didn't feel any threat from them at all. I thought, as I said, from the first whistle to the last, we controlled the game, and there was in no danger of us. And me and Nicky spoke on Saturday outside Molineux when we lost to Wolves, and we said it's about bouncing back, and this is it. The first game after, and we win, and that's the best thing to do. You know, that's what good teams do. They bounce back straight away. We've won 2-0 tonight away from home. We've got a clean sheet. So now we move on now, and we've got a tough game on Sunday against Man City.
Yeah, it's good to do it like you said, with one game left. You know, that cutting out as many games as possible that we have to play in our first teamers, reducing the number of games is vital with all of these fixture pilots. I said, a bit of Saturday against Wolves could be a bit of fatigue start to creep in. So we really want to look to have fun opportunities where we can.
I was looking at the games in December. We've got 9 games. 9. It's a lot of games.
But that Zagreb game.
Other teams have got a lot of games as well. And
Zagreb, I do understand.
Zagreb now, we haven't got. Listen, we all want to go out with a bang and win that final home game in the group. But if we lose it 5-0, it ain't going to mean nothing to me. I can give two monkeys. You know, let's just rest these players now. Like, it was nice that we didn't have to rely on Declan Rice coming on tonight. Antonio hasn't flown over. Fabianski's been left out of the squad. It's about balancing it now for David Moyes, and we've got some tough games coming up. You know, we play Man City and Chelsea in the next 3 games. You know, at the London Stadium, and we've got Brighton sandwiched in the middle of that, and we don't ever get a good result against Brighton, so they're going to be just as tough as City and Chelsea. So, but this is what we've always wanted. We've wanted the next level. We want to compete in Europe. We want to compete at the top end of the table. So we can't sort of sit here and sort of moan about, we've got too many.
No. The point I was going to make was we've got a lot of games in December, 9 games in December, including sandwiching in between that Ghent game. So that will now
Zagreb game.
Zagreb, sorry. Now we've sort of done and dusted this group. That gives us a chance to give them an extra bit of breathing space, rest. So you don't have to put the likes of Bowen, Antonio, Rice, even in the squad. Like, give some of the kids a chance. The game means nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. You don't matter if you win, lose, draw, whatever.
The way it's set up now, mate, is that what you just said there is spot on. Is that to give these? I mean, we've seen Perkins come on tonight, which was a great moment. I mean, we talk about that, but now it gives these youngsters an opportunity to play in front of a sellout crowd at a London Stadium and give them that experience. And I'm sure Moisey will hand a few of these youngsters a chance, maybe even their full debut, which will be unbelievable. And as West Ham fans, we love seeing youngsters come through. And Perkins come on tonight, and he didn't look out of place, did he? He nearly got himself a goal, which would have been a dream. It nearly had that Freddie Sears moment. But yeah, it's always good. And there's obviously other players that are doing well in the under-23s. Odebeku, you know, Chester's. There's a lot of players there that can break into that first team over the next couple of years. But if they get a chance in front of a packed London Stadium in Europe, as I said, it don't matter if we go out there and lose it 3-0. It don't mean nothing. We've won the group, you know, and that's what it's all about, bringing these youngsters through, giving them an opportunity.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you know, looking at the league, like with that fixture part, but you know, we can get as many points on the board to take us through to January, where we can make some signings to bring in some reinforcements and add some depth. That's huge. You know, that is absolutely huge for us, because, you know, if we can get that striker, because I think Antonio, especially with them extra games with Jamaica, you can see a little bit of fatigue on him, even though he's done well to keep injury free. Touch wood. But yeah, if we get to January and get another striker in, get a Lingard in and another defender, that's, you know, and we've got a decent amount of points to ball, and we're still in the mix near the top of the table for the European football. You know, we're in a really good position there. So we just need to look to see where we can rotate. And we've done really well in the cups. Like I said, like you look at Man United game, we made 10 changes in that game, and we made a lot of changes against Man City. Spurs, like I want us to go there full strength and handle them.
You got to in that game. Got to.
Not them out. And
I mean, if the team that started tonight started at Spurs away in the cup, I'll be confident in that team still.
Yeah,
to be fair, it depends on what they do. In my opinion, it depends on what they do. Now, you know, they all They all thought that. Sorry for scoffing. I don't mean to scoff, but it's good for me to see because they all thought I've been, after the past week or so since they got this new manager in, or 2 weeks or whatever, they thought there was going to be instances. It's just like them, isn't it? Just like them. Thought it was going to be instances, and they've lost to Mura tonight.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't obviously seen tonight's game. I've seen the result, but the other two games. I mean, I watched Everton. They were poor in his first game, and they was lucky against Leeds. Leeds should have been out of sight in that first half on Sunday. So they've not really improved that much under Conte. It's just he's a big name. I mean, someone was telling me that when they equalised tonight, he was sliding on his knees.
That's what I heard. And I need to see if that's true. Because if that's true, they're getting a roast.
With him, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they beat Leeds 2-1 at home. He was walking around the pitch after the game like they won the league. But anyway, look, forget about Spurs.
Yeah, but no, that's it. Right?
It's passion, though, isn't it, Ryan?
Yeah,
passion.
The thing is, with some of these players, I would still add in the a Zuma here and maybe an Antonio and maybe I said, put Bowen back on the wing for Yarmolenko. Because as good as Yarmolenko was tonight, I wouldn't play him against Spurs in the cup. I think Europe, he's a much more better fit for Europe.
I'll be honest. When it gets to the knockout stages in March now, you have to play.
Is it March? Is that when the next one is?
March,
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, the round of 32 is in February, but we miss a round now and we go through to this last 16 in March. But you have to play your full strength team in them competitions. I mean, people are talking like when I see that the teams we could play, the Dortmunds, the Milans, the Barcelonas, it's mad. It's mad. And they're the games you want. You want to play against the best teams in Europe. You want to prove yourself. You know, if we play the Dortmund over 2 legs, and you beat them, what confidence that gonna take? And imagine how massive that's going to be. But look, it's all ifs and buts at the moment. We don't know what our situation is going to be come March, squad-wise, but let's hope that we've added a few players that can play in Europe. And
imagine getting Lingard.
What happens with Lingard? Because he might play Champions League.
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure on the rules of it at the moment. I'm not sure how that works, to be fair. I mean, it might...
Because it's a different competition.
It's a different competition, but it might be because he's already played in Europe. Maybe if Man United, I don't know. I don't really know how it works. I'm sure someone will tell us.
I mean, it would be, that'd be weird for me because that'd be like cup tying someone from the FA Cup or the Carabao because they played in the FA Cup. Like, it should count as 2 separate competitions. So fingers crossed he can play in that, and we'll be able. Fingers crossed we sign him, which is looking likely. But that would be. That would be a massive lift because do you know what? I think he'd do so well in that Europa League. I think he'd carve that up, and we can kick on.
One player we haven't mentioned, Thomas Souček. I thought he had an half decent game tonight. One of his better games in his last probably 10 appearances. Could have got himself on the score sheet. Great save by the keeper, but he just needs to get himself a goal. I think. He's doing everything else apart from scoring at the moment.
Do you know what? I think, it just seems to be that is part of playing next to Rice and Rice taking the initiative to be the player that goes forward more often and Souček holding up. Rice, obviously, he's wanting to add more goals and add more attacking side to his game, which we've seen. And I think that Souček's goal scoring has probably suffered a bit from that. Where he's making them runs into the box and things like that, we're seeing a bit less of.
I mean, David Moyes probably didn't want to use Ben Rama and Fornals tonight, but I think the players that he brought them on for, they looked so tired that he had to make that change just to see the game out. I don't think, as I said,
a little 20 minutes, half hour ain't going to do it. I mean,
As I said at the beginning of the show, though, mate, I didn't fear them tonight. There weren't any time in that game where I thought, they're on top. They had a chance right at the end, didn't they? When he tried that overhead kick.
They had a few counter attacks earlier on in the game. I think that's where they had their sort of spell when, like in the first 20 minutes, when it was a bit more scrappy. I
can't remember his name. Was it Arisi? Who was their winger? he looked lively. You know, when he got on the ball, when he caused us a couple of, he had that chance in the first half where he dribbled it, took it through the two defenders, and I think he just hit it over. But yeah, as I said, there's not much in their team that threatened us, or I mean, Dawson put in a few good interceptions, especially that one towards the end. You know, Dawson's played a lot of football this season, probably, you know, but I think Diop, for me, with his performance tonight, I think he's going to be the perfect partner for Zuma against City on Sunday. And that's why I think that Moisey has played him left-sided centre-back tonight, just to see how he copes. And I think he passed it, really. And I think, listen, it's going to be different opposition on Sunday. Man City are world levels above most teams, especially Vienna. So, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's one of them. I mean, I'd like to see us go 5 at the back against Man City personally, and play like a Zuma, Diop, Creswell 3, and then have like Soufal on the right, and then if we want to keep Johnson and play him on the left, or play Masuaku as a wing back, I think would be a great option against Man City.
I think the only problem with doing that is I think you invite City on more, because you take that player out of midfield, and look, they're going to have most of the ball on Sunday. We know that. But I don't want it to be one of them games where Antonio's just jogging around up top, waiting for something to happen. You know,
I mean,
I'll be confident going toe to toe with them, matching up with them, and just giving them a game.
Last season, I did think that. I mean, you remember that period we lost against Newcastle, and we implemented that back 5. And then, you know, we went against Arsenal and was unlucky. Went against Liverpool, Man City, it was unlucky. I think we got the draw against Man City. If I remember rightly, we've got a draw. We've narrowly lost, but it seemed to work. But we've got to stop them scoring.
To be honest, I think we're a bit of a different animal now. I think we've got the players to go toe to toe with them. Defensively, we're good. Don't get me wrong; they're going to be different. But I'm with Ryan a little bit. Like a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have imagined being able to go toe to toe with a Liverpool. You know, someone like that. We stood up to Liverpool and we beat them. We beat them at their own game, really. And like, you know, the confidence that are in the boys and all that, go at them. Fuck them. Like, you know, the thing is, if you keep on backing off and letting them come at you and all that, and I know you've got game plans and all that sort of stuff, but that's the sort of team we seem to thrive against. It's the teams that attack us because we hit people on the counter so quickly. And we've got
but I don't think playing a back 5 necessarily means you're just going to be just parking the bus completely. It sort of does allow you, though, to transition when we need to. Like I said, if we play a back 4, look, we can go for it and go toe to toe for sure. Like, I just think with them, they're not scoring as much. I think we make it difficult for them to score goals. They ain't got a centre forward. We can really frustrate them and hit them on the counter. And counter-attacking is where we do well. The only thing about countering them is them fucking tactical fouls they like to do. Which really
we're in a sort of difficult situation with Declan Rice as well, because he's 1 yellow card away from a suspension. So you know, if he picks up a yellow card against City, he misses Brighton. If he picks up one against Brighton, he misses Chelsea. And there's a lot of football, so he's going to miss a game. So we've also got to prepare that we might not have Declan Rice in a game. Game. So it's about, this is what David Moyes is paid for, and I think we've got.
That's a fucking stupid rule in it, though. Let's be honest, it's a fucking stupid rule. Like, okay, I understand if you want to say in your next game, like if he picks one up in Man City, if you don't pick one up in the Man City, I think it should reset at some point, and you can say, right, okay, because it's just shove it. You're just on fucking.
I'll be honest. If he doesn't pick up one against City, I would rest him against Brighton. Because you'd need him against Chelsea. So
maybe he can go out and take his shirt off or something and make sure he gets one against City. So he does.
Well, if he scores the winner against City and takes his shirt off when he's celebrating in front of fans, I'll take that all day long.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're going to be resting against Brighton, you might as well get him a booking at some point. Just argue or don't move from the ball, kick the ball away.
Yeah, that's it. And then it should reset. Then it reset then, wouldn't it? Once he's had his
booking, that's it. It's done.
I mean, overall with the European campaign so far, I don't think we've had any real test. I mean, Genk away, we should have won that. but we threw it away ourselves in the last minute.
I think both fixtures were our toughest games.
Yeah, but even that, we beat them 3-0 at home, didn't we? So
it's just the fact is they had so many chances, didn't they? They just didn't put away.
When you get to the next stage now, the last 16, you got a bit. Last 16, you think it, and the good thing is, I mean, you got 2 legs, so if you do lose 1-0 or so, it's not over. If you lose 2-0, it's not over. You've still got a second leg, so it's going to be amazing to think that we might host one of the European elite at the London Stadium.
That won't be last 16, though.
In the last 16.
No, we can't. We can't do that in the last 16, apparently.
Yeah, we can.
I'm sure someone said that the teams that the like in the second, the way
maybe it's around the 32 that they miss.
Oh, we just miss it. Yeah, well, maybe, it was something like that. Like we missed.
No, because there's another round. We missed a round now.
Yeah, we missed the last 32.
So that's the Champions League teams drop into that. So the Champions League teams play in the round 32 and have to play the second place teams in the groups. I think.
I mean,
so they've got to get past those games. They've got to beat.
There's 8 teams dropping into the last 32 from the Champions League. So more likely, whoever we get is going to be a test because they're good enough to get through their groups and get through to the last 16. So you're talking you're one round away from the quarterfinals, and then but you just got to take it game by game.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, look, we beat Liverpool. You know what I mean? We got that win, or whatever you want to call it, a win or a draw on penalties against Man City. We beat Man United. Like we can beat, just because it's Europe, we can still go and beat these teams if we fight and we give it everything we've got. We put our best team out. You know, we can beat anyone on our day. So yeah, I think we can be confident. Look, we just got to beat 4 more teams and we're through we win the cup, we win the trophy. And what a fucking day that would be.
We can't drop out the top 4 this weekend, even if we lose. So we're going into December in the last 16 in Europe. The quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup and 4th in the Premier League in December. Yeah. It's crazy. But look, we've done a lot of our work. The hard work starts now because we've got a lot of games coming up. And if we can just get a couple of good additions into this, we know we need a striker, which I'm sure David Moyes is. I think we was followed by that striker yesterday on Instagram. I don't know if that means that he's coming to us or whatever, but I'm sure there's a couple of players that are lined up to come in. We get
Hozek.
Yes, if we can add Jesse Lingard into this squad, you know, who knows?
Tarkowski potentially.
Yeah,
that would be a great cover. And like I said, that Hozek, whatever you say his name, Kretinsky obviously owns his current club, which I mean, Kretinsky can inject the money. We can splash the cash. We could have a magical season. I just would love to win a trophy. And if we could win that Europa League, mate, I would cry. I would genuinely cry.
And I'll cry if we win the League Cup.
Yeah, same. Just seeing that. Oh, could you imagine just seeing Mark Noble lifting up a trophy for us before he retires? Oh.
I'd cry if Mark Noble lifted a cup of tea.
Yeah. He probably has. You just haven't seen it. He's probably lifted a few of them. But happy hammers, undefeated in Europe, and we're massive.
That's it, mate. That's it.
What can you say?
Been a good evening.
Yeah, it has been a good evening.
Beautiful Thursday night.
Thank you very much for joining us. The content doesn't stop here. There was a watch along there. If you want to go and catch up with that and relive the game that we've just done,
someone's probably put the time codes in the comments. So the comments
you can go and catch that right now. We'll be back with Friday Night Pint tomorrow, building up to the Manchester City game. The content doesn't stop. I'll be up there at Manchester in Manchester.
I've done an opposition preview as well with Man City fans. So look out for that. I'll put that up Saturday.
It just does not stop with the content. We're so busy, and it ain't going to stop all the way through December. Listen, just quickly, we've been. I think the watch along got a copyright strike for the music, so we can't play the advert. But we have got these new T-shirts and everything else, and Christmas jumpers in our store. You can and there we go. These T-shirts and jumpers in our store. You can go and get that. And from tomorrow and tomorrow only, there is a Black Friday sale, 30% off for everyone, off of everything across our store. And I mean that, everyone against everything. So go and check that out. The link is in the description down below.
You even get 30% off Graham if you want.
Yeah, you can buy Graham if you want for 40.
Yeah. Well, careful, easy.
No, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to put the thing back on.
Panics. He panicked now.
Sorry.
Shit.
Butterfingers.
I can see him at the bottom of the screen. His eyes went wide open.
I meant to put the thing back on there. Thank you so much to Manscaped as well for sponsoring West Ham Fan TV during this Christmas period. Go and get 20% off with code WHFTV, as the advert said at the beginning. Yeah, go and get one of them. They're brilliant Christmas gifts. We're going to all trim ourselves up for Christmas, and that's it. Go and follow us on Facebook, Instagram. If you're new around here, subscribe, hit the like button, share this video, and yeah. Anything else?
Nah. See you tomorrow night.
See you tomorrow night. One thing left to say. Come on, you
Come on, you irons.